so he's actually giving Mutalisks a lot of free position to really take advantage of this position here. This lower south ridge. Medics finally coming in. One turret in play. Finally, medics coming in to support those Marines, but Kwanro still doing a pretty good job. Didn't really pick off any SCVs from what I saw, but took down all the turrets, except one that managed to be put up in time. Took out several Marines. More Mutalisk reinforcements on the way, so Kwanro's going to continue doing this. Wow, going to Hive already. Going to very, very quick Hive. I'm wondering if this is going to be a big error when he's going to go for a Guardian build. Loses one Mutalisk that we're still going to be able to engage these Medic Marines. Medic Marines. Weapons 1 is actually going to come in very early. Already Weapons 1 already there. So Flash actually very smartly going for this Weapons 1. Usually at this time you probably wouldn't have Weapons 1 quite yet, but having Weapons 1 is definitely going to be able to engage those Mutalisks at equal ground, even though he might have a slightly smaller number of Medic. When he's going to engage even more Mutalisks, they're going to be trying to come in from the east side. Going to be able to catch one single Marine there in the middle. Oh, but Flash critically here, getting a Marine towards the lower left hand, stimming it up, going to be able to at least pick off some drones. There's a second cone up, but already picked off 2 drones. All drones coming there. Every single drone is so critical here. Are going to be Mutalisks coming to clean this up. This is every little delay counts here for Flash. Kwanro, going to have his lower left hand threat, and he did put down one single sunken colony. He has that huge clump of Mutalisks in there, so I'm not quite sure if Flash is going to be able to engage this. Some of the zerg on the ground, some more reinforcement Mutalisks coming in, losing a Mutalisk there though. Flash just at least wants to stand aside to threaten this and wants to force an engagement to get these Mutalisks. He knows he can take them on, even with not a huge number. Sunken Economy finally up, so I think Kwanro will be able to defend this position with that Mutalisk count and that one single Sunken Economy. He is going to go for Greater Spar, so that is going to be Guardians. He has to just be very careful how he does this, because he's done this before, I believe, on this map. I think that was against Bogus, and it didn't work out very well because Flash spotted that. And if Flash already scanned that main, probably going to be putting down starports momentarily to get some wraiths out there in the field. Mutalisks still picking off the medics. Very important. When you do this, you're of course forced to pick off the Marines many times, simply because the Marines are the ones that deal with damage. But in the end, it's actually the medics that really do all the irritation. The medics, if you manage to pick off the medics, the Marines are going to stim up, and they're not going to be healed. So it's going to be very easy pickings. Kwanro's still doing a beautiful job of microing here. Losing some Mutalisks, but still picking off a lot of Marines. Flash forced to reinforce constantly to continue threatening his lower left hand. Kwanro still keeping his own Mutalisk reinforcements going. He does have his 3rd gas mining at this lower left hand, so he will be able to afford Guardians. Losing another Mutalisk there. Still trying to reinforce this, but Flash doing a beautiful job. 2 starports already up for him, so he's going to be producing Wraiths. He knows Guardians are on the way, and if Kwanro does go for those Guardians, he's going to find them heavily threatened by Wraiths. Guardians, of course, incapable of firing on air units. The only thing that's going to be there to defend are going to be Scourge, when I assume are imminent alongside the Guardians, and of course the Mutalisks, but Mutalisks are not really always the best option to get. Right, still losing Mutalisks while doing a pretty good job of cleaning up these Medic Marines. Not enough at this point. Medics just going to stand there and die. Maybe at least they should run, but they're not going to. Just going to stand there, continue healing each other, pick up some time, waste time there. Waste time of Kwanro's. Flash knows what's on the way. Meanwhile, continue building up a fairly large Marine army. 6 Rexes at this point. Already a few Wraiths out in the field. Still has pretty good saturation. Overall, Flash's economy has not... third starport. I thought this was a 3-star, but usually you go for 3 starports to counter this perfectly. And there are Guardians meanwhile morphing in just below natural expansion. They're going to be able to take full advantage of that... of the range there. Flash, meanwhile, getting a lot of Marines out there. Not even medics lagging quite a bit behind, stimming up. He's going to move out with his medic Marines. Doesn't fear that because he has those Wraiths on the way. Doesn't fear the fact those Guardians are going to be in play. They're going to attack his natural expansion. He's going to have some Wraiths out in the field ready to engage those. Going to be absolutely nothing to defend those Guardians. And I think this is just going to be a loss for Kwanro just because that first Guardians are on the way. But he's actually sending them to engage the Marines. This is very smart for him. Instead of going for the natural expansion, he's going to engage the Marines. This is going to force Flash to run away here. Stim and run away. These Guardians do a heavy amount of damage against Medic Marines. Wraiths are still not coming out for Flash. He's still hiding them. Doesn't want to quite move out with him yet. Losing a lot of Marines, though, as he runs back. He had a huge force, which has been whittled down. Does have some reinforcements coming. He has to be very careful how he uses it. Has to clump up his force together. Has to be sure to take down those Guardians. They're a real big threat to his force right now because he's not actually using them to engage the economy. But he's going to come in right now. Going to start engaging the Guardians. If all these Guardians go down, Kwanro's going to be a lot of trouble. He's trying to retreat here. Trying to retreat over the edge. But they're going to be running back and all getting it taken down. Mutalisks are the only threat against these Wraiths now. All Guardians go down. Beautiful micro hit by Flash. Takes down every single Guardian. Now going to be engaging the rest of the Mutalisks. Kwanro's face looks absolutely... oh, man. He's not happy with what's happening. While losing a lot of his Mutalisks meanwhile as well. Now these Wraiths scanning in, picking off a lot of Mutalisks, Medic Marines, and Wraiths now are going to be able to take all these Air Forces out. Absolutely, I'm really surprised that these Zerg players continue going for Guardian builds, because a Terran player can simply scan the main, spot the Greater Spire, and go for 3 starports, get some Wraiths out there, and win that way. Flash, despite some nice micromanagement there from Kwanro, and also going for the force instead of going for the natural expansion, hasn't done any sort of economic damage, and now this lower left hand is threatened very heavily. Sunken Colony goes down. Mutos are not being able to engage the Medic Marines simply because of the Wraith in the field. There are a lot of those Wraiths are being picked off, but they're picking off a lot of Mutos as they die. This lower left hand base is the hatchery is gonna go down momentarily. Most of the Wraiths, maybe even the last Wraith has very little health left. Some Guardians morphing in, so the Wraiths are not gonna even engage them, but Kwanro gonna lose this lower left tank, gonna try to move away. One more additional, okay, that was the Wraith that was almost dead. Guardians are gonna engage these Marines, but Flash is so ahead economically. Losing this lower left tank for Kwanro was very critical. He has lost a lot more army, really, than Flash has lost some Wraiths, but he has even more reinforcement coming in, picking off all the Guardians yet again, and GG from Kwanro. Flash ripping Kwanro to pieces here. Kwanro doing a pretty good job at the beginning. Once as soon as he transitioned into that Guardian build, he was doomed. That's pretty much it. Most likely a plan from Kwanro, starting off with Guardians, then transitioning into Ultralisks alongside, but hasn't been really effective lately against Terrans at all, unless you somehow manage to survive the losing all of your Guardians and losing a base. But Kwanro, despite a good start, Flash with good reactions, good timing, lost a bit more army due to those Guardians than he wanted to, but in the end didn't really matter because he had those Wraiths. He pulled those Wraiths. He kept them on hold for as long as he could. He knew he had to sacrifice a bit, and then when he had a decent enough number, went and picked off every single one of those Guardians and a lot of Mutalisks at the same time. Losing all those units, Kwanro simply didn't have anything to get back into the game. So 1-0 Flash, one step closer to the finals, and Kwanro's going to have to collect himself a little bit to get himself back into this series. So GG guys, wrenching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.